Darren Till versus Jorge Masvidal is this weekend, only days away from UFC Fight Night London, and the main event, as I said, is Till versus Masvidal. Great fucking fight. This is the best fight card we've had all year. That's a fight night, I'll have to say. Other than the first one, this is the best one in my opinion. I'm enjoying this fight card. It is stacked top to bottom. But Darren Till versus Jorge Masvidal, let's talk about that shit. That is a great fight. That is a great fight. You're talking about Darren Till, a young, hungry up-and-comer, a lot younger than Jorge Masvidal. Masvidal, a veteran of the game. He's been here for years. He's been killing it for a very long time. Is he on his way out? He's got 2 losses in a row. Darren Till coming off his first loss. Here's how I feel the fight's going to go. And I said this on my quick-fire predictions. I think it goes either one or 2 ways. Either way, Darren Till wins, in my opinion. Because if you're an educated fan, you have to see Darren Till winning. If you're looking at this fight and how am I going to predict this fight and who am I going to favour in this fight, if you're intellectual, you have to pick Darren Till. It's proven. The stats prove it. It's on paper. Darren Till should win this fight. Look at the rankings. Look at the opponents. Like, Darren Till whooped Wonderboy. Jorge lost. Like, obviously MMA math. But these are the things that you've got to take into consideration. I'm assuming Darren Till's going to be a big favourite in this fight. But Jorge Masvidal is game as fuck. But there's some things you have to take into consideration. First of all, Darren Till's coming off the first loss in his professional career. How does he come back from that? That's the big question everyone's wondering right now. How is Darren Till going to bounce back from this loss to Tyron Woodley? He got caught on the chin. It happens. Is that the mindset he's got? Oh, it happens. I got the loss out the way. I'm going to come back twice as hard. Is that the mindset that he has? Or is the mindset that he has, fuck, this is it. I had my chance and I blew it and now it's going to be 2 in a row. What are the thoughts creeping into Darren Till's head? Because that's really what we have to wonder. Because the thought that should be in his head right now, nothing happened in the first round. I got caught in the second and he put me in a submission. I was out of it. Bounce back. I'll be better than ever. Here we go. That's the mindset he should have. Or does he not have that mindset? We'll find out on Fight Night. But here's some things to take into consideration about Jorge Masvidal. He hasn't fought since UFC 217, Bisping versus St. Pierre. Bisping has been and fought and retired since then. So has GSP. I mean, it's crazy. When you think Darren Till versus Woodley was UFC 228 and Jorge's last fight was UFC 217, it really puts into perspective how long Masvidal's been off for. Is he going to come back better than ever? Is the time off going to work for him? Has he been training in this time off constantly and honing his skills? Or has he been... He's been on a reality TV show. Has he been living it up? You know, he made a bit of money off the show. A lot of money, by the sounds of things. Living it up, eating sushi, fucking girls. You know Jorge Masvidal, that's the way he rolls. Is he just in it for the fun now? Whereas Darren Till's kind of in it for the legacy. Which is why I'm going to go with Darren Till. I think he either Donald Cerrone's him and finish him in the first round, which is a big ask. Because Jorge Masvidal is a tough fucker to finish. And Darren Till ain't no finisher. He likes to play with his food a bit more, you know. Or is Darren Till going to Wonderboy him and just technique him for 5 rounds? I can't see a way Jorge wins this fight. Obviously he can, but I can't see a way where I give this fight to Jorge Masvidal. Because if you give the fight to Jorge Masvidal, you're not looking at the stats correctly. You're not looking at the rankings correctly. You're not looking at the odds correctly. You're not looking at anything to do with their fights correctly. You know, you're just thinking, oh, I like Jorge. That's why you pick Jorge. And I'm fine with that. But I'm trying to be unbiased and just look at what we know to give my prediction. Because I like being right. And I don't care if Darren Till wins or loses. I just want to be right with my prediction because I care so much about my 80% record. 80% of fights have been correct. Now, Darren Till, I feel like he's going to beat him in the first round, but I just don't see it happening because Jorge's chin is so good. He can be dropped down. He can be dropped. Anyone can be dropped. But Jorge's chin, when he gets dropped, he drops, boom, he's right back up. Now what? He's right back in the fight and he's throwing. You know, he's never really been dropped and just slumped. You know, he's been finished by strikes before. But in the UFC, he's only really been dropped and then he'll just immediately recover. There's a video on YouTube called Jorge Masvidal's Chin Recovery. Iron Chin Recovery. It's like no other. He's a zombie in there. I just don't see a way that Jorge can win, especially because of the time off. Especially because Darren's been way more active than him. I think Darren's fought. Donald Cerrone was in October. This is all off the top of my head. He beat Donald Cerrone in October. Jorge lost to Stephen Thompson in November, which was UFC 217. Then Darren Till fought Stephen Thompson and beat him. And then UFC 228 was when Darren Till lost to Tyron Woodley. So he's been way more active than Jorge Masvidal. And I just think that Darren Till's coming out here to put a statement on Jorge Masvidal in his hometown. And it's not like, oh, his hometown shit is going to be a thing. He's fought in Liverpool. Fighting in London's a fucking cakewalk to him, you know. He's fought under the pressure of Liverpool and won, however you feel about that decision. The judges thought he won. I thought he won. 60% of the MMA media thought he won. Obviously, the 40% that thought he lost were the loudest because we're in that sort of society where the hating voice comes out most. But, yeah. I just don't see a way he can lose. He can lose. Anyone can lose. But if I'm making my prediction, I'm giving it to Darren Till. And I'm giving it to him, I think. What's my last statement I'm going to make here? I think the first round it's going to be an entertaining fight because both of these guys want to throw. It's not like Wonderboy when you're trying to catch him and he's darting away and he's making you play at his pace, which is fucking my nan's pace, and my nan's dead. So that's a real slow pace. I'm going to give it to Darren Till in the second round. I think he gets a finish. I think there's another thing to consider. The size of the two of them. The size of the two. I think Darren Till's a middleweight that's fighting at welterweight, much like Kamaru Usman, much like Damian Maia, big guys. And I think that Jorge Masvidal is a lightweight 165er fighting at welterweight. He's got a bit of a belly that he didn't have at lightweight, you know? So I'm going to give it to Darren Till. Youth, everything is on Darren Till's side other than experience, but there's a level of experience that's too much for your chin. You know? You guys know what I mean. I mean, Jorge got dropped against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. He's been getting dropped recently. There's a level of experience where there's a fine line. Like, oh, this guy's got a lot of experience, but is it too much to where now he's not going to be able to be the same? Jorge Masvidal's 34 years old. Darren Till's 26. They're at two different stages of their career right now. You know what I mean? By experience. Like, there's certain guys, like Anderson Silva comes back. He's got all the experience over Israel Adesanya. Yeah, but he's also the age that he is. He's taken a loss. Like, his body's not doing what he wants it to anymore. You know, there's a very fine line where experience can become a very powerful factor in a prediction of a fight. Wow, I think I actually spoke really well then. That was really nice. I spoke through all of that really well. I'm proud of myself. That was good. No mistakes. And now just this awkward silence. I don't know why I've done this. I've just ruined the whole video talking like this. But yeah, I'm going to go with Darren Till. And then obviously you've got a great card behind it. I mean, you've got Leon Edwards, Gunnar Nelson on the card, Nathaniel Woods on the card. I'm going to do a fighter spotlight for him. Prospect spotlight, sorry, for him. Like I did with Tony Martin, who won. Anyone who goes on my prospect spotlight, I guarantee you guys is going to win. Look out for that series, Prospect Spotlight. I did one on Tony Martin. He dominates Sergio Moraes 30-27. Boring fight, but he gets it done against a dangerous opponent, you know? Damn. I've got things coming on this channel, boys. I'm going to do a breakdown video for Leon Edwards, Gunnar Nelson. I'm going to do one for Volkan Ozdemir, Dominic Hayes. That's interesting as well. Gokhan Saki was meant to be on the card. I guess he's not anymore, so fuck him. You know, I don't give a shit about him, to be honest. I'm going to do one for Jacasey Joe Duffy, and I'm going to do one for Nathaniel Wood, but I'm going to give him his own video. Look out for him, boys. Yeah. I have no internet right now, so these videos are going to be going up a bit late. But yeah, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. But, like, subscribe, though, seriously, because it's rough. It's getting kind of rough. Right, see you later, guys. See ya. Like and subscribe as well. And also, like and subscribe.